Okay, let's first kind of reflect on last season. Going into last year, we had the most inexperienced team coming back in our league, with one part-time starter in Jordan Cannon. And with that said, there was a lot of trials and tribulations, and however, the guys came together at the end of the year, which I don't want to say they surprised us, but really came together as a team, and I thought our chemistry was outstanding. Guys fulfilled a variety of roles, and with that said, we have now two all-conference guys returning this year in Nick Weber, who's a junior guard for us and was an honorable mention all-conference guy, and Jordan Cannon, who is a first-team all-conference guy, and he just went bananas in the conference tournament at the end of the year. I think he averaged like 26, 27 a game in the 3 games of the conference tournament. Became unstoppable, quite honestly. He's been hampered a little bit by a scope here, and just came back to practice here this past week. We had 2 scrimmages in the past week, this past Sunday at Gustavus Adolphus, and the prior Wednesday against Wisconsin Platteville here at our site.
Which knee did he have worked on?
I don't want to give out that information.
Okay.
No, it's very minor. So I he probably could have come back much sooner had it been during the season, but with this being prior to the season, we understand what a marathon it's going to be, and we're just trying to get him ready for that long season.
Where do you guys need to, what do you need to build off from how you finished last year?
Well, hopefully it's a motivator for us the way we finished a year ago. I would say with the seniors that we lost from last season, both our starting 4 and 5, Clay Cook had a phenomenal senior season, playing behind multiple all-conference guys in Jordan Sadoff and Eddie Deemer, and first-year starting, second-team all-conference. However, was in the top 10 in the nation in offensive rebounds. So he's really deserves a lot of credit for the way he finished off his career. With that said, all our post players on our roster are freshmen and sophomores, so they're puppies at this point. And however, with what we have returning in the guard court, the experience, the depth that we have in the guard court, I think that's going to relieve a lot of pressure on our younger post players.
What did you see from your team in those scrimmages?
We were a little bit like Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, I'd say. Some moments were very, very good, and we just got done watching film here during community time with our scrimmage with Gustavus, where we thought we maybe didn't do things quite as well and make that progress from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. But again, we're very, very young. 3 guys with probably the most experience returning were both Weber and Cannon that we mentioned, as well as Nate Wasty. Started for us about halfway through the season, had a phenomenal freshman year, came in at 6'2", and now returned at 6'4", and he has the ability to really defend a lot of people on the floor, we think 1 through 4. In fact, last year when we were having trouble guarding quicker guards, we moved him over to defend that point guard position. So it gives us a lot of flexibility in what we're doing defensively. Along with that, one of our seniors, one of our only 2 seniors, Mark Ellis, really shoots the ball extremely well from the 3-point line. Our other senior, Logan Pitts, is still with the football program, and we hope not to see him for a few weeks here. But Logan's a great defender, great leader, and again, we have a ton of depth at the perimeter positions.
Who are we going to see inside?
Well, still remains to be seen. The 3 guys we've rotated right now are Clifton Brown, sophomore out of Florida, Bo Bader out of Union, LaPorte City, and Puccio out of Dubuque Hempstead are are the three guys we've seen the best progress from. And what really excites us is all three of those guys being sophomores. From freshman to sophomore year, really got a ton better.
The shot clock changing to 30 seconds, how have you adapted to that here in the early season?
Yeah, we want to play fast. Maybe not Grinnell fast, but who's the first team on our schedule. But we want to push the ball, try to score in transition. If we take a look at our editing system that we have from last year, Synergy is who we use. Some of our best offense was in transition, so that's a real focus for us to get the ball out, get ahead, not necessarily outletting to just the point guard this year, to try to play a little more up-tempo than what we did a year ago.
Can you talk about a little bit of your non-conference schedule? You go out to Colorado, host your annual tournament here, those teams that you are facing.
Yeah, we open at Grinnell, and which is always an interesting game for us. I think our whole base, our foundation, everything we teach kind of goes out the window for a couple days prior to playing that game, and yet it's a fun game for the guys, and close proximity, so it works out very well from that perspective, and it's the opening game, so we can get back to preparing more like we'd have to with our conference schedule. Non-conference, as you mentioned, we do have the Colorado College Tournament, a chance to see teams from other parts of the country get exposed maybe in different ways than we would around here, the Midwest. We have a few division or NAI schools on our schedule in Governor State, NAI school out of Chicago, Mount Mercy, who's a top 20 NAI program from a year ago as well. So trying to play the best competition we can to prepare ourselves for our league schedule beginning in early January.